Why you keep falling for the potential instead of the harsh reality. Have you ever realized that you weren't truly in love with a person, but with the version of them that existed only in your imagination? That's one of the deepest forms of heartbreak, because you're not grieving who they actually were. You're grieving the future you believed they would become. This human mind has an incredible ability to create stories from small moments. A few kind words, a handful of unforgettable memories, and a couple of hopeful promises are often enough for us to imagine an entire future with someone. Before long, we stop seeing reality for what it is and begin seeing only possibility. Instead of asking, who are they today, we quietly begin asking, who could they become? Over time, potential replaces truth, and fantasy starts to feel more convincing than facts. This happens because our brains are naturally drawn to unfinished stories. When someone is inconsistent, warm one day and distant the next, the uncertainty keeps us emotionally invested. Every small act of affection feels like evidence that things are finally changing, even when the overall pattern never does. We convince ourselves that this time will be different, not because reality supports it, but because hope is incredibly persuasive. In truth, we're often not falling in love with consistency or commitment. We're falling in love with the possibility that one day they might become the person we've imagined. Modern life makes this illusion even stronger. Social media constantly presents carefully selected moments of happiness, smiling photos, romantic captions, perfect vacations, and seemingly flawless relationships. What it doesn't show are the unanswered messages, the broken promises, the emotional distance, or the lonely nights that exist behind the scenes. We compare our reality to someone else's highlight reel, forgetting that the person we see online isn't always the person experienced in everyday life. If we approached relationships the way a scientist examines evidence, our perspective would change completely. Instead of focusing on promises, excuses, or future plans, we would simply observe repeated actions. Do they consistently show up for you? Do they make time for you without constant reminders? Do their actions match their words? Patterns reveal character far more accurately than promises ever can. While potential paints a beautiful picture of what might happen, patterns quietly reveal what is happening. The hidden cost of chasing someone's potential is often much greater than we realize. Every day spent waiting for someone to become different is a day sacrificed from your own peace, growth, and healing. It keeps you emotionally tied to an imagined future, while preventing you from recognizing people who are already capable of loving you with honesty, consistency, and respect. Waiting rarely creates change. More often, it simply creates more waiting. So remember this. Don't fall in love with someone's future. Fall in love with their present. Believe the patterns you consistently see rather than the promises you desperately want to believe. People reveal who they are through their repeated actions, not through the dreams they inspire. Sometimes the greatest act of self-love is accepting reality exactly as it is, even when it hurts, because the truth may be painful for a moment, but a comforting illusion can keep you trapped for years. Potential is a beautiful story. Patterns are the truth. Choose the truth, even when it hurts.